Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this City Council meeting to order at 5:31 p.m. and welcome everyone. We'll start with roll call beginning to my right.
King, present.
Maureen here.
Thatcher here.
Parrish here.
Hollowell, present.
Let the record reflect that a quorum of council is present. If you would, all rise for the invocation and the pledge. Do we have someone, Mackenzie, already lined up for the prayer?
Yep,
Jim, would you please?
Father, we thank you for this day and all your blessings to us. We thank you for this opportunity to come together as a community to deliberate on the business of the city. We ask that you give us the knowledge and the wisdom we need to make the best decision for the whole of Winnsboro. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Now for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right, at this time we'll move into public comments, and we have no public comments. All right, we'll move on then to the consent items.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, we have skipped item 5 for staff reports. I believe there's some staff.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Do we have some staff reports available tonight? All right. We'll hear from Mr. Griffin.
Good evening, Council. You've got in front of you a copy, and I apologize for not getting into this one. Our overview of calls for the month of February, we had a total of 28 responses, down some from our past 2 or 3 months. Thankfully, we had no ice storms, so I think that kind of helped to curtail some of our calls. We had a brush fire, 1 vehicle, smoke investigation. We had 4 automatic fire alarm calls, 2 motor vehicle accidents, 11 medical calls. We had a tile line down. We had 3 mutual aid calls to mutual aid towns, 1 public service, and we've had 3 training and business meetings. Total of 28 calls for the month. We're still pretty well diverse as far as our department goes, with currently 25 members altogether. Again, anyone interested in joining, I ask them to contact me, the city. My email here at the city's fire chief at winnsborotexas.com. So love to have some more people on. We're continuing our training every month, trying to get everybody up to the type of training they need. Recently we worked on water supply and pumping the fire truck and the apparatus, and different hose deployment, and we've also continuing training with Perryville. Our leadership continues to meet with local county and state officials in both Wood and Franklin County. We feel like this is pivotal in maintaining good working relationships with our mutual aid departments, and as well as being kept informed of industry standards. Recently, one of our neighboring departments has kind of encountered a manpower deficit, so it was decided at Wood County Fire Chiefs meeting that us, as well as Quitman and Yanis, would be helping to cover, which the area we cover generally is a Winnsboro address. It's just generally dispatched out to a different department to our west, which is Coke. So, we're not encountering that many calls from them, but we are there to help them out. Community service, we still have lots of folks call us. Fortunately, I think they finally got our new non-emergency number, because I really don't like them calling me on my cell phone. So fortunately, they're getting it out there at Wood County for us, and so we've allowed 18 hours of community service this past month. And then, of course, upcoming local events, you know, the Eclipse for sure. I've been attending several meetings here with the city as well as other entities as well, Franklin County, Wood County as well, and just trying to keep people prepared, put some things out on social media, and just to let people be aware of what's about to happen. So that is all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Do we have any other staff reports? All right. Still no one signed up for public comments? Okay. Now we're ready for consent items. 7.1 is the only consent item listed, which is the minutes from the last meeting. Has everyone had a chance to look those over? If so, I would entertain a motion.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I make the motion to council consider, or the council approve the consent items as presented.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve minutes as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carried. Moving on to 8.1, RPA fee waiver request, Christmas in the Park.
Hi, my name is Arlene Mayfield, and I'm here to represent Christmas in the Park. It's an annual event, nonprofit. This is our 20th year, so we're very proud of that. It includes local and area churches participate. I'm requesting a fee waiver for the use of the building. Our event is held on November 9th. We will need the preceding day, I think, to move in. Set up.
Okay. Y'all have any questions? Anyone? How many years has this?
This is our 20th.
20th year.
Mhm.
Okay.
Madam?
Change it to where
I
they
was
have to
about to
come
ask.
before the council with requests. Wasn't that something that we changed with the new form?
Recently.
As long as they're a nonprofit.
And
they
had been
would
here before.
automatically do it some- So,
They just don't have to appear if they don't want to.
well, I thought the whole point was so that we didn't have to have it on our agenda. Is
Right.
why we made the ordinance of same change.
The council still has to approve the request because we're waiving money. The council still has to do that. They just don't have to appear if they're regulars.
I was just wondering, I thought the point was to keep it.
So next year we won't have to come and appear. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Councilman King is right. So do we need to do a vote just to have it on record in case? Okay. All right.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I make the motion that we approve the fee waiver request for Christmas in the Park for the dates November 8th and 9th, 2024.
All right, we have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, that moves us to 8.2, Winnsboro Center for the Arts. Mary?
Mary White, 9502 FM 1448. I'm one of those regulars as well, so we'll keep this short. We're requesting to use the depot again for our summer camps. There are, 5 weeks that we're asking for, according to the agreement that we've had with you the last several years. I think you have the dates. I can read them if you'd like.
No reason. All right. Same deal.
I
Second
move-
first.
Yeah. I move that we agree
Approve.
to approve, thank you, approve the fee waiver for the Winnsboro Center for the Arts.
All right.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor, aye. Say
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Mary. All right, that makes us item 8.3, fee waiver request for National Day of Prayer. If you would state your name and address for the record.
Cheryl Harris, 1539 County Road 4870, Winnsboro. Ditto. What can I say?
Um,
We used to hold the National Day of Prayer right out here in the parking lot at City Hall. And, but then one year it rained, so y'all let us have it right here in these chambers. So we did it again the next year, and it was overflowing. There was no room. And so we thought, well, we'll try the Civic Center. And it's worked great since then. This will be our 4th year out there,
That's what I was
but it's been at least 13, 14 years we've been holding it out here at City Hall. So we'd like to continue that.
I mean, at the Civic Center.
At the Civic Center, yes.
This is your first year to hold it at the Civic Center?
No, this will be our 4th.
But this is the first year to have it at the Civic Center?
No, this will be our
The
4th
fourth year,
year
okay.
at the Civic Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mayor Pro Tem, I make the motion the council approve the fee waiver request for the National Day of Prayer.
All right, we have a motion. Do I hear a second? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yay,
Thank you.
Y'all are invited, you know. And y'all part of government, so we'll be praying for you too. So.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, that brings us to 8.4 on the agenda, consider action on Cousins Trust.
Okay, the Cousins Trust is a library fund. Most of you probably know that, but that is, the trust has expired, and they'd like for us to move it. They'd like to close out that account and to move it. So based on council's previous action of leaving all the investments at First National Bank, I got with Jan Mills, and she provided us with some options of some short-term, good interest earning opportunities, as we hope to be using a lot of the funds for some remodel over there that's in the works, as far as just getting bids and different things on. But for now, something interest bearing. And the options that we've provided, the account right now sits at $560,000 and some change. And so we have the options of doing a couple of different CD options, or a money market is probably the best besides that. And so we just need to know where y'all feel like's the best opportunity to do that, so that we can approve the moving.
Why would we want to take it out of investment? Why can't we just roll it back into another investment account with another investment company? Wouldn't we gain more than just their percentage on a regular CD?
It hasn't really been doing a lot. I think right now, with the interest rates being what they are, and the fact that we're hoping to use it pretty quickly, we felt like it probably made the most sense to move it to something that still would do a pretty good amount of interest, and yet be a little more accessible.
Yeah. Is your
Timeline of when you're wanting to start some of that remodel or any of that, like 6 months or a year, that would help us decide.
So I've been working with Manuel, and he is actually getting quotes and bids right now to bring project ideas and estimates to you guys to take action on that,
So maybe 6 months.
or sooner?
probably.
6 months.
So
Could
why do
be.
we have to put the entire amount into one CD? Couldn't we just put some of it into a higher yield CD and then put the rest of it where you have more liquid?
We can. I think the best option, especially until we figure out how extensive the remodel will be for the library, is to put it in a money market, so we do have much more access to it.
So you're saying put the whole thing in the money market?
But if we're gonna not do anything with it for 6 months, what we can run, or I guess another 5.5%.
Maybe
That's
5%, where money market
pretty-
would be 3.5? Is that right? Am I reading that right?
Yes. Yes.
So why can't we roll it into a 6-month CD until Manuel gets everything together? Then at that point, Because that would gain us, if I'm looking at it right, it would gain us more interest in 6 months.
It would also put us into next fiscal year budget, which would be a little bit easier to plan for the projects. Also, any estimates or quotes he gets, we'd have to get again, but at least it'd give us a ballpark to start the project for next budget season.
And then all we have to really take out of the CD is just what he needs, and we can roll the rest of it back into another CD.
Yeah, we'll know at that time how much will be left, and then we have probably a little bit more opportunity to look at something even more true investment oriented, but I kind of agree. If we're gonna be 6 months anyway, then the CD probably is gonna get us, it's a pretty good, I mean, it's a pretty strong rate for it, so.
I like that idea of the 6-month CD. I think that would put us in the best spot to make another decision.
You wanna make that into a
Madam
motion?
Mayor Pro Tem, regarding Cousins Trust, I make the motion the council take the investment currently on hand of $560,848.26 and invest it at First National Bank Winnsboro with a 6-month CD.
All right, we have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, Tanya and Mackenzie. All right, that brings us to 8.5, resolution number 2024-03, awarding a project engineer for park design services.
This did go out for bid. We had 2 engineering firms submit. We did have a scoring committee of 4 people, consisted of myself, the mayor, city secretary, and a public works director. And Hayes Engineering received the highest score, and that would be the recommendation before you all this evening. He is here. Stan Hayes, if you guys would like to speak.
You have anything in particular you want to share with us?
Office organization, been around for 32 years. We do quite a bit of work, if you're familiar with parks in the East Texas area. City of Longview is the largest litter park, and I did all the design work on multiple phases of the park. Right now, we're working with the city of Gilmer. We've got one park similar to what you're doing, size-wise, Texas Parks and Wildlife grant project it's under construction, and then we've got a $6 million park project that they're sold bonds for, we're pursuing. This is what we do. So.
All right, thank you. Y'all have any questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor
Alright.
Pro Tem, I move that we adopt resolution number 2024-03, approving Hayes Engineering for the park design services.
Thank you. We have a
Second.
second? All right, have a motion and a second to approve Hayes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. All right, that brings us to 8.6, resolution number 2024-04, awarding a construction manager at risk contract for animal shelter improvements. Mackenzie, you're going to get your exercise.
Yes, my steps in. Originally, when the animal shelter project was bid, we had a low bidder. We attempted to negotiate a contract with the low bidder. It did not work out. Ultimately, that low bidder, once he was disqualified, was a little bit relieved. The project was a little bit bigger than what they were accustomed to taking on. So we went to the next lowest bidder, which was Sherrill Construction. We've met several times with Wes McClure. He and his wife are both here. I'd love for you guys to talk to them and ask questions. He's been very involved in the project already, made multiple efforts to get us within budget. We're close, but we're not there. But I'm very comfortable with what he's bringing to the table, as is our team that has been meeting with Wes and the architect on this animal shelter project.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem. Back there, we own Sherrill Construction Company. We've been in business for almost 19 years now, and we travel all over the United States doing commercial construction, industrial construction. We've got a nice solid core here Texas. But I'm ready to answer any questions that you may have about the project. Like Ms. McKenzie said, we kind of came into the project knowing that we had some budget challenges. So we worked with the architect of record to discuss how we might get to where our budget goals were. And in doing so, we looked at a preliminary redesign from architect, which at this stage in the game will have to be completed and resolicited in order to get exact pricing on. But we looked at that preliminary and used our estimating skills and our historical data to kind of apply that and say, hey, looks like if we redraw this, we're going to get back to a budget that we can manage. And so the construction management risk process is a really good approach when you're in this kind of situation, because we have lots of different things that we would really like to have, may not necessarily be able to have. So we want to be able to take this and solicit it competitively to all the individual trades. We'll be able to go back to market once we receive that redesign and bring everyone a guaranteed maximum price. And so the construction management risk is a fee-based approach for the general contractor. And we are going to waive any pre-construction fees. So what this means is once architect goes back to redesign the project, we will take it, market it, and bring you guys a guaranteed maximum price for which you can decide whether to move forward with the project or not. Either way, you don't owe us anything until that's our stake in the game. We want to get this project to where it makes, because once we get to where it makes, that's when we make our fees. So really it's a win-win, I think, for everyone involved. We can just do everything that we can to get that thing in the budget.
So where are we now?
Right now we sent over an American Institute of Architects construction management risk contract to Ms. McKenzie, and I presume that's under review at this point in time.
Yeah.
So the initial budgets, and I can speak to that if you'd like. Okay, as soon as I can open this up. Our initial budget on bid day came in around $1.629 million, and we've come up with a list of different things to try to attack in what we're calling value engineering state, which is actually conventionally more construction management risk approach. And we've got a list of several items here involving revising the roof structure, deleting some laminated glass, changing some door frames up from one material to another, deleting and changing the types of flooring and the finishes, so setting some goals for when we redesign the mechanical and electrical and things like that. So with that long list of items, we brought that budget back down to around what we expect to be 1.17 million. So I mean, it sounds like that's going to be a lot more attainable. Of course, through this process, we're going to try to find even more money because that budget that we bring to you has to make, again, if it doesn't, we're going to high five. And,
So we're looking at about 30,000 difference, right? Between what was,
1.629 versus 1.1.
well, I mean, over what the bond was 900 and, I don't remember, 76,000.
959 was the bond.
Well, that's doable, I think. So one of the things that you changed, if I remember right, is the new roofing won't go over the old existing building like it originally was going to. Is that
Yes,
one of
ma'am.
them?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct. And it turns out that structure was a big portion of the cost.
Okay.
And really, at the end of the day, I think for the long-term benefit, if it were something that you could get done, that would be a great thing. But what we went back and kind of attacked the spaces that you're needing to add.
Right. Yeah, that's the
How-
main thing is capacity.
Yes. How do we attack that space and achieve that? And what can we kind of forego? I think bank.
Oh, okay. Okay. And where we are now includes the kennels? Okay. It's kind of imperative.
Yeah, we were going to get that.
And
So-
Mackenzie, would there be any grants out there to help us overcome that shortfall? Okay.
The account is earning considerable
Problem is construction costs keep going up. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a bad construction joke.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, there's always phase two. That's what we've had to do at APED.
With as much as we pulled back, there will be an option to do a phase two, but this phase has to be done, the 1.17 will have to be done as phase one.
I, for one, would like to see it through. I want to get it done. So, thank you for working with us and trying to make that happen.
Yes, ma'am. My wife has told me that if we don't take care of these homeless animals, they may have to come to our house. So
Oh, that's your motivation. Okay, good. Whatever works.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I make the motion the council approve resolution 2024-04 awarding construction manager at risk contract to Cheryl Construction for the animal shelter.
All right.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to award this to Cheryl. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
thank y'all very
Clerk,
much.
Appreciate your help. All right, I'm sure there's something I'm supposed to read now, right? Well, basically, at this time, we're going to enter into executive session, so we need you all to give us the room, and it's at, what time is it? 5:57. Thank you all for coming.